It's said a bucket list is composed of things to do before you die. We say life is more than a to-do list. It's a journey to live for. This series celebrates the true meaning of travel, its beauty, and its potential to bring us together as a human race. This is The Bucket Life. Traveling connects us to so many places. But there are special places we travel that connect us to lost passions and newly discovered loves. These places we choose because we find comfort in what awaits. These places we choose because they make life better. New Orleans is a city like no other. It's a city that reminds us of how fun life can be. It's a city of people that take pride in their community and embrace the thought that life can be easy if we don't make it too hard. This city has been put to the test and came out on top. It's a city that's faced devastation but held its ground. A city rebuilt to reflect the heart of its people. A city that travels in the footsteps of those that walked before us, while paving the way for those to come. From coated cocktails and Cajun cuisine to Creole ancestry and Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans is a city that never stops reinventing itself. But there's also tons of tradition and a New Orleans way of getting things done. From the decorative floats of Mardi Gras to French Quarter parades, parties, and jazz processionals, there is so much more behind the bright colors. Meaning and messages that form tradition. Tradition that flows like the mighty Mississippi, reminding us of the past while ushering in the new. This is the life of this city, the life of New Orleans. Welcome to the Big Easy.
Oh, New Orleans is a special place. The food, the music, architecture, general love of life. It's like no other place I've ever been. I made 63 trips down here on the Delta Queen before I came to this boat. We'd come down here for 3 days, and then we'd take the people back to either St. Louis or Cincinnati, or maybe Memphis. You wake up in the morning smelling beignets cooking, smell fresh ground coffee, and then right over the levee is this wonderful old town.
This city has also made a name for itself by fighting traditions. Prohibition, emancipation, the evolution of jazz. The people of New Orleans have never lost sight of their character, even when cultural norms were headed in a different direction.
Here at Oak Alley, I'm known as the Colonel because the rank on my uniform is a Colonel. Actually, it's not authentic. It's what you would call honorary, I guess. But what I try to do here is tell stories about Louisiana's experience during the Civil War, something that's more or less forgotten about by most people. Many years ago, when I realized the information was lacking here, I did a lot of research and found there was much more than I ever imagined. And from that point, I tried to convince folks that it was necessary to tell about the war in Louisiana.
New Orleanians sure know how to improvise. They know how to combine things to make something different, to make something better. The jazz music and local artwork coming out of this Gulf city are still building on the work from greats like Louis Armstrong, Fats Domino, Truman Capote, and Anne Rice.
It's really the best place to be for a musician in the world that I've been. I haven't been everywhere, but I've been a lot of places. And for me, there's more going on here than anywhere. I mean, a lot of opportunity, and when you get around like-minded musicians and create a band, you know, then it's great.
I liken the music business here like plumbers. You know, just get a contract and you can't make it, but you can hire my friend Joe. It's very organic. A lot of people, we all play together in different settings, different clubs, different bands. A couple of these players haven't been playing with for 30 years. Others, just a year, or just weeks, months, you know. It's intermingling, it works.
Cuisine is critical to the lifestyle here. Po' boy sandwiches, bananas Foster, and other Creole dishes are indigenous to New Orleans, while cornbread and crawfish boils have roots in rustic Cajun country. And while historic recipes and regional ingredients are key to enjoying these flavors, most find the best way to take it all in is just plain slowing down. A cocktail in hand can help with this. In fact, it is said that the cocktail originated in New Orleans, whose people considered it medicinal. Sometime around the 1920s, when Prohibition took effect, the speakeasy codes of Louisiana created ways for the laid-back community to weather the storm.
We had an amendment that came onto our Constitution at that point. It was called the Volstead Act. It forbid us to ever drink again. And so you can imagine how terrible this was for a lot of people. It worked out real well for Pat O'Brien, actually. You see, Pat O started a club, and it's called Club Tipperary. It was a speakeasy, and it was a great speakeasy. So how did you get into Club Tipperary? There was a code word, and the code word was storms a brewing.
This is the world famous hurricane. Have fun.
Light, fluffy, pillowy, delicious. The beignet.
Sometime around midnight, while most tourists are grabbing their last drinks in the French Quarter, the bakers of Café Beignet begin folding dough for the morning rush. This is life in the Big Easy, a city that care forgot. There is no tyranny of the urgent, no need to push forward. There is just the requirement to be fully present. This is The Bucket Life.